Calderdale Council and its councillors appear to be proud of the fact that since 2010 they've run a balanced budget. In fact, it should be a badge of shame. It has meant that they have made cuts of £120 million compared to 2010. This has meant a slashing of services for local people. The council has made no attempts in 14 years to rally local people against these cuts and to demand more money from the government. From 2010 to 2019, Calderdale Council was a coalition of councillors from Labour and Liberal Democrat, whose national party supported the Tories' national austerity package between 2010 and 2015, and following which Labour has been in sole charge across Calderdale. It is true that legislation requires the council to set a balanced budget, but even when Calderdale TUC wrote to the Labour administration earlier this year about meeting to discuss how cuts could be avoided by dipping into the reserves, the response was negative. The cuts have included many job losses in social services, a loss of funds to keep parks safe, youth, community and neighbourhood centres closing, the transfer of care homes to the private sector, fewer playgrounds, libraries being lost, football pitches becoming unplayable, and schools being transferred into the profit academy system. It is not a record to be proud of. Calderdale Council is set to make cuts of £7.5 million in 2024 and a further £11 million in the following 2 years. Any additional funds from central to local government seem unlikely. Certainly, none would come from the Tories, but Labour too has no plans to boost local government funding because Rachel Reeves, as Chancellor, has said that any extra money for public services would come from economic growth, and she's ruled out any version of a wealth tax on the richest in society. Labour has promised that the corporation tax top rate will be capped. At best, it is promising to alert councils better about new government pots, but overall, there will be no extra monies. The future, especially as more of the monies will be needed for additional social care costs for children and adults, will be even more cuts in jobs and services by Calderdale Council. Calderdale TUC remains opposed to the cuts and those who carry them out, and will work with any organisation also opposed to them, with the aim being to reverse them in a long-running struggle for a public sector based on the needs of all and not the financial interests of the fabulously wealthy.